Hey, my MTS crew, what's going on?
MTS crew, how you doing?
I hope y'all are doing fine. I hope everything is well with y'all. I pray that sickness has stayed away from y'all home. But guess what? Let's go ahead and get the prayer in. Father God, we just thank you. We praise you. We honor you and only you. We thank you for our life, health, and strength. We thank you for everything you have done for us and everything that you're going to do for our MTS crew. Y'all, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all dropping in. And we're not going to hold you long. We just decided to do a video on some of the strange things that has happened to us. And we were just talking about it. And I'm like, that happened to you? And she said, yes, it happened. So I was telling her some of the things that happened to me. Unbelievable. And guess what? She entertained an angel unaware and did not even know it.
Sure didn't.
So, Sister Pam, you said hello, right?
Yes. Hi, how y'all doing?
Yes, but okay, I'll go first. Okay. Y'all, a long time ago, right after my mother passed. Now, this happened to me at a rough time. You know, my mother, she was gone because, now this is not necessarily a good thing, but I'm just saying things that can really happen to you and it seems like it's just unbelievable. But my mother passed and my husband was at work and she was passed maybe about 2 weeks and I was sitting in her room in her chair because she lived with us. I moved her in with us. So I was sitting in the room in her chair and I was just thinking about her and I was talking to a friend of mine on the telephone. So I heard the door and, you know, somebody came in with the key and only somebody had keys were my daughter and my husband. My daughter, I always give my children an extra key. So I looked down, I got up and I looked down the stairs and it was my husband coming up. So I'm like, okay, he's here or whatever. And I noticed that he really didn't speak to me. And I'm like, and I was talking to my friend. I'm like, man, he didn't say not one word to me. What's up with that? So I heard him running some bath water. I was sitting in my mother's room. My room was right down the hallway. And so I got up out of the chair and looked down the hallway and there he was standing there at the bed. He had his underclothes on, his underwear and his t-shirt, but he was folding his clothes and I heard the water running in the bathtub. And I'm like, why is he folding dirty clothes? Because, you know, he wear new, fresh clothes every day to work. So I'm like, why is he doing this? And so I sat back down in my chair and I was telling whoever I was talking to, I remember telling them, and he still didn't say nothing. And he looked right at me and he's standing there folding up clothes and he was, you know, it was him. Maybe about 10 minutes later, you know, the water was still running and everything. Maybe about 10 minutes later, y'all, I heard the door again. And so I was like, okay, that's my daughter, you know, coming to check on me because she was coming by just about every day then, you know, because I was going through some stuff. I was hurt, y'all.
Yes.
Honey, so I got up and looked down the stairs again and there he come. And I'm like, now you just was in the room running the bath water, had your clothes off, folding up clothes, and how did you get down here coming up the steps? He said, honey, he said, I hadn't been here. He said, I have not been here. And he said, I just got off of work. And I'm like, you know, why are you scaring me like this? He said, I just got off of work. He said, I have not been here. He said, I would not do you like that. And so I went in the room. The bathtub was dry. No clothes on the bed. He couldn't have moved that fast to get down the steps. So I thought that was a strange thing that happened to me. I never could explain it. I don't know why. I don't know, you know, maybe because my mother passed away and I was going through so much mentally that I was just kind of out of it. But that was a strange thing happened to me. Okay. I'm going to tell you another one, but she's going to tell you one too.
Yes, and the strangest thing happened to me. I was 7 years old. my daddy and mother had just passed. And we all slept in one room. It was 5 of us, and we all slept in one room.
5 children. Mm-hmm.
5 children. And it was early in the morning. I don't know what time it was, but we just happened to be woke up by his mother in a rocking chair. She used to, in the middle of the floor, and there was a rocking chair she used to sit in when we would go visit her. And so she was in the chair, and we was looking like, how you just wake up and, you rub your eyes and you're like, is this real? I mean, she's dead. Didn't she just die? And so we couldn't understand. And so she told us, she said, tell your mother and father that when
she told y'all plain as day.
She told us to tell your mother and father when they wake up that we supposed to move in 2 weeks. She told her go ahead and move that week. So
y'all was supposed to move 2 weeks after
2 weeks
that.
after that.
Mm-hmm. But she kind of hurried it up. Yes,
we hurried it up. And so and then she was gone. But we thought we was dreaming. So at first we didn't want to really tell our parents because, we didn't want them thinking.
And all of y'all saw this.
All of us, all 5 of us saw this. In the middle of the floor, we all slept in one room. Mm-hmm. So in the middle of the floor, we figured, okay, maybe this is a ghost or something, but it looked just like his mother. So our mother and them didn't believe us, but we finally told her what happened. So after that, we moved out, that Saturday. And then my uncle, he was fixing the ceiling in the kitchen, and the whole ceiling fell down on him. So
your grandmother told you that the ceiling was going to fall.
The ceiling was going to fall down, so it was a warning.
She told you the ceiling was going to fall down.
Yes,
and to tell your mother to up the moving day.
Yes, up the moving day.
And you saw her plain as day.
And we saw her plain day just like she was here.
Yeah, y'all. Stuff like this. I mean, things like this happen. Now, another thing that happened to me, when my children was really, really small, sometimes, you have a hard time, in life. And this was one of the times that I was having a hard time. I had I think it was a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And so we had moved in this house, and we really didn't have anything. I took all my little money and, paid my bills or whatever. So the only thing we had to eat was popcorn, bread, peanut butter and jelly, a bag of sugar, and some Kool-Aid. That's all we had to eat. So for a whole week, we ate that. My children ate the peanut butter toast, and I made it all kind of ways. Peanut butter toast, grilled peanut butter. I mean, I just made it all kind of ways. And they were so small until they really, really did not know what was going on. But I did. I was just so upset that I couldn't give them. I felt the nutritious meal that I, should have been giving them, but I had to do the best that I could. Now, we moved in this place. We didn't know anybody. I didn't know the next door neighbors. I didn't know anybody. And I was like, God, I just don't know what to do. My children, but they really didn't know. But I just felt so bad on the inside,
But you provided for them.
Yeah, I provided what I could,
But there was still food.
The next door neighbor never met us before. I saw them once or twice and I waved. They bought about 3 bags of groceries.
That's a blessing.
They didn't know we was hungry. They didn't know what was going on in my house. They just saw me coming and going with my 3 children. They bought us 3 bags of groceries. The husband worked for a farmer's market. So he bought fish. He bought all kind of vegetables, fruit for the children to eat. So, I would call them my angel. And God heard my prayers. You can ask God for it. And he knows your heart. And he will cause men to give unto your bosom. Ain't that right?
Amen. That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
You next, sister. She ought to know.
So the next encounter that happened to me, I was coming home from work, and I only had enough money for rent. And I didn't know what I would have left over, but I had to pay the rent first. You up to provide a roof on my kids' head, and a single mother, a single mother. And then I said, well, Lord, I just got enough for rent. I haven't had nothing but a bag of chips the whole day, and
you had been working.
I had been working from 7 to 5. So this particular day, I was waiting on the bus, and I was just standing in the bus stop, just waiting, and I was just there by myself. And so Then this lady came up in this bike, and she had a basket, basket.
Or the old-fashioned bike.
Old-fashioned bike, with the basket on the front. And she said, well, you hungry? And I'm looking around like, how she know I'm hungry? How she knew that? And I told her, well, I haven't ate. I only ate a bag of chips and stuff. And she was like, don't worry about it. She said, I work in the Olive Garden. And she had a whole basket full of bread. And she gave me 2 bags. But I was so hungry, I didn't even realize I ate the whole bag. And it was like 6 pieces on one bag. And so that's all she said. And then she said, well, I don't mind. She said, because we make so much bread and they give us extra before we leave. So I said, okay, well, thank you. I was thanking her and everything. And so the bus came. And so when the bus came, I told the bus driver, you got to let down the ramp so she can put her bike up there. And he said, for who? And I looked around. She was gone. I'm telling y'all.
Could she have gone that quick, bro?
She couldn't have went nowhere that quick. But she was gone. And when I looked around, it even surprised me. And I'm like, Lord, thank you. He answered my prayers. So we entertain angels on the word and don't even know we do.
We don't.
That lady was there for a moment. She knew I was hungry and she provided. And I thank God for that. I did have enough left over from my rent after payment rent fixing. They buy some food though. So
that was so good.
Yes.
So God will provide.
Yes,
like
will.
I said, God will cause men to give unto your bosom.
Yes.
So I appreciate the Lord for taking care of me, providing for me and my 3 children, and sister appreciate God providing for her and her kids.
Yes,
now I'm gonna tell you something that wasn't so hot, but God would take care of us. But you know what? I ain't gonna tell you that one. I'm gonna tell you another one. I did my daughter's wedding. I'm a florist.
Yes, beautiful.
And so I did my daughter's wedding, and I was just breathless. I told you once before that I had blood clots, and I just felt so breathless, and I didn't know what was going on. I cooked the food. I did the wedding. She didn't have a tiny wedding. She had a nice size wedding, and I was just so out of it and couldn't breathe or whatever. So her pastor and his wife, they officiated her wedding. I had heard about them, but I never met them before. So honey, they family.
Very sweet.
So we got a chance to meet them. And so when we met them, they officiated the wedding. So I was just so tired. That night at rehearsal, I was trying to tie the bows on the chairs, and I was just couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. So the pastor told my daughter, asked her he knew that I was her mother, and he told her that he needed to talk to me. And so I'm like, okay. So I think it was after the wedding. It was after the wedding. And he came and his wife came over. They stay a long way from here. Did. And so him and his wife came over and said that he was just led to come over and talk to me and pray for me. Yes. And so he did. And I mean, he really prayed. And God will cause people to come into your life that you really, really need in your life at that time. Yes. So when he came over, we talked and prayed, and I just fell in love with them because they are just really, really sweet people. So he said he didn't know why that God laid it on his heart to come and see me, but he felt that he had to do it. It was very important that he did it. They prayed for me, and after that, I began to go on a 3 a.m. prayer. Me and sis, 3 a.m. They call it the third watch. Yes. So every day, every morning at 3 a.m. we would lay prostrate on the floor and we would just pray. And he came and he prayed, and that prompted something in me to pray. And you know what? The enemy was trying to take, the enemy was trying to take my life, but God interceded, and the blood clots didn't go where they were trying to get or whatever. But I'm glad that God used him and that he was obedient enough to come and pray. Now, it's nothing magical about laying hands on people, praying, because the Bible says only thing we really got to do is speak the word. So God sent his messenger to pray for me, and I stayed out of harm's way. I ended up still with my life. So God is good. We just want to tell y'all about some of the things that God has done for us. Oh, God has blessed me tremendously, to have a business. He has blessed me even before now. I had a florist shop. I have done gift baskets and flowers. I have done gift baskets for some of the most important people that you might, but you wouldn't believe that I did the gift baskets for one of the richest women in America. So God have placed people in my life. I got free advertisement. I mean, people this one particular radio personality just loved me, and she gave me free advertisement. She called me down to V103 radio station. She said that she wanted to talk to me. She didn't know anything about me. She put a $1,000 check in my hand, and she told me that she wanted to sow into my business, and she did that. And if you ever heard of her in Atlanta or whatever, her name is Portia Fox. And she did that. She did not have to do that. So that's the reason I'm saying that God will cause people to give unto your bosom. And sometimes we entertain angels unaware. So we want y'all to just be encouraged and always look for something good. Never look for anything bad, because God got us. He got you, He got her, and He got me. Right. So you got anything else to say, Sister?
I just want to say that it was a blessing to meet sister, to meet her family, and we just merged together, and we all love each other, and we all pray for each other.
And that was a miracle in itself.
It was.
We told you that story.
Yes, we did.
So that was a miracle in itself. So I just thank God that He has kept me, because I have been through some trials, y'all. I have been through some tribulations. I was a single mom till I met my husband, and my husband, he took all of us. And he loved me, and he loved my children. He loved these grandchildren. So I thank God for him. I wouldn't take anything for my husband. Like I say, that's my best friend. So that next video we're going to do, I'm going to have him come and sit on the couch. And, he's shy, but I'm going to have him come and sit on the couch. And, we're going to talk about how we met. So, but I just wanted to come and I want to encourage y'all. So y'all, do me a favor. Be good to yourself. And if you be good to yourself, you have no other choice but to be good to others. Take this hand, put it on your shoulder, and pat yourself on the back, and you be encouraged. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe this video. I thank you for our new subscribers. I appreciate y'all, and I always pray for y'all. Like I say, I don't say pray for, bless them subscribers. Like I say, I can't call y'all name by name, but when I say God, in my prayers every day, I said bless our subscribers, and put a hedge of protection around here, not just for the camera. I do it in my personal time of prayer.
We do.
So bye y'all. See you later.